Hello guys, how are you? I am come back again to my YouTube channel. This time I come back for another video reaction. This time this video reaction is about the week 5 of Dancing with the Stars. Yes, this week was very incredible, was amazing. I enjoyed it so much, and I hope you enjoyed my reaction, my opinions about this week because it was very incredible. And I hope all of you love it and check it out. Well, guys, beginning with the opening. The opening was very great, yes. First of all, this week 5 was dedicated to the 80s night. And 80s night, it was an amazing era in music, in movies, in dressing, and in colorful dressing, in hairstyle, very like crazy, and were all of them were appear in this week in Dancing with the Stars, and I enjoy so much. I enjoy the opening because they show each one of the partners of the competition like it has to be, because the most important in the program is the partners because they are competing, and in this opening demonstrate each of one of the partners dancing in very like extravagant designs of the 80s night, dancing songs of the 80s night. And I love the opening. I love how they make the opening with that cassette, putting in the old TV and watching the old TV like was in the 80s night. It was very amazing. I loved the opening and it was very great. This time was very great. Yes. Well, guys, the first couples that appears in the ballroom was Justina Machado and Sasha Farber. They made a jazz, and they made a jazz with a very classic movie of the 80s night. This classic movie is called Flashdance. If I don't, yes, it's, no, I'm confused. It's not a movie, it's a song that's called Maniac. And in this video, Maniac, they show a dancer in a casting for a dance studio. And like that, they do it, Sasha and Justina, and it was very incredible. I love it so much. I love the energy, the chemistry that both of them has. It's amazing how they move, how they reconnect in the dance each other, and each week they demonstrate how they improve more and more and more. And I give to them a qualification of an 8 because it was very great, but they could do it more greater for the next week. I hope the next week will be very more greater than this one. This one was great, but I feel in the next week that they do it more better than this one. Yes. Well, guys, then we have Metcalfe and Sharna Burgess. Unfortunately, they were the eliminated couple for this week. It was very sad to see leaving the competition because Sharna Burgess is a great dancer, and Sharna Burgess made that Metcalfe improve a lot in his dance skill. That really shows a lot that how Sharna make in Metcalfe dance skill improve more and more since this week. But unfortunately, they was the one that they were eliminated. They were in your party with Vernon Davis and Peta Murgatroyd, but they were doing great in dances. They were doing a tango. It was a very great tango, I love the costumes that they used for the tango. I love that dress that Sharna Burgess was wearing. It was very retro. It was very like 80s, and also the style of Jessie was very like 80s. It was very awesome, and I give to them a qualification of a 7 because it was great, but for me they could do it more greater. That's why I give to them a 7. Unfortunately, they need to leave the competition. Yes. Well, guys, then we have Chrishell, Stause, and Gleb Savchenko. Chrishell, Stause, and Gleb Savchenko were doing a cha-cha-cha. It was a great cha-cha-cha. Yes, it was not so bad cha-cha-cha. They were doing very great. They were doing a cha-cha-cha in the 80s night, in the 80s era, and it was very great to see. It was very great the clothes that they are wearing, and they have a good chemistry, but they need to improve more because it was great, but it was not so great. I give to them a qualification of a 7. For me, I give to them a 7 of qualification because for cha-cha-cha they need to move more. They need to have more excitement, more energy, like cha-cha-cha is. And I don't see so much energy, so much passion in both of them. I only see a basic cha-cha-cha, and only that. For me, they could do it more greater, and that's why for the next week, I hope that they do better, and that's only great. Well, guys, then we have Jeannie and Maya and Brandon Armstrong. They were doing a jazz, and they were doing a jazz with a song that was very famous in that time of the life of the 80s. It was a song of Madonna, like a virgin, and it was very great. It was a very great dance. I love the jazz that they made. They have a good chemistry, and since the first week, it's noted so much the chemistry that both of them has in the competition, and the tricks that they made for the jazz was very great. It was a very great dance. The scenography that they chose, it was very funny. It was very sympathetic with a funny, and jazz was very great. I gave to them a qualification of an 8 because it was very great. But like I say, they could be doing more greater for the next. They could be doing more greater. And that's why I wish for the next week they do greater than this one. If in this one they have an 8, I wish in the next one they improve more to have a 9. It was very great. Well, guys, then we have Monica Aldama and Valentin Chmerkovskiy. This one is the one that it was very like when I see Valentin and Monica in this week, I was very surprised because in the week 4, in the elimination scene, they see the production say that they were the eliminated couple, but the first time they said that they were saved, and then that they were eliminated, and that was very like weird, and I don't know what happened in that moment. I think the production made a mistake, and that's why I think that they come back again to the week 5, and that's why the couple that was eliminated in week 4 was Chigvintsev and Anna H. But continue with the dances that they do in this week 5. They do a tango. It was a very great tango. It was very nice. It was very great to see. They do very great dance, step dance, and they have chemistry, and they know it so much. But I give to them a qualification of a 7 because they could do more good than this one. Valentin is a good dancer, and he needs to demonstrate that. And with Monica Aldama, I don't see that in Valentin. That's why I give to them a 7. and I wish in the next week they improve more. Well, guys, then we have AJ McLean and Cheryl Burke. They made awards in this night, in this 80s night. It was very great. Wars is a dance very romantic, very slow, and I think because of that, I see a great dance in AJ McLean, like in the past one, because like I said before, AJ McLean like need to improve more his dance skills, but in this one it shows AJ McLean more improving his dance skill. And I think that because it was a waltz, it was more easy for him to make a good dances, because waltz is a dance that is very slow, very romantic, and they do it very great. It was a very great waltz. The topic that they choose for the waltz, it was a prom night in the 80s night, and it was very great. I love that dances. I give to them a qualification of a 7 because it was great, but they could be doing more better in the next week. If they go to the next week, I wish that they could do more greater than this one. Yes. Well, guys, then we have Skai Jackson and Alan Bersten, one of my favorite couples in the season. They made a jazz, and they made a jazz with one of my favorite movie at all. And this movie was appeared in the 80s. It was one of the classic and incredible movie of the 80s, that is Back to the Future. I love that movie. I love so much that movie. This movie I love so much because of my dad. I grew up with this movie, and seeing Skai Jackson and Alan Bersten doing a jazz with this movie, it was very great. It was a very great jazz, and they have a good chemistry. Each week they improve more and more, because I see each week that they do more tricks that are doing well done, and it's been very great to see them that. It's very great to see that the dance skills of Skai Jackson each week improve better and better. I love to see Alan dressing like the doctor. It was very funny, and it was very great. I love it. I enjoy it so much. I give to them a qualification of a 9, because it was a well done jazz. Great job, and I hope to see it better dance in the next week for them. Well, guys, then we have Vernon Davis and Peta Murgatroyd. They made a tango. They made a tango with a very great song of the 80s. It's a very great song. It's Living in a Prayer by Bon Jovi. It was a very great song. And for doing this song in a tango, I wish that they could do it more better than they were. The tango was very great. I don't going to say that it was bad. It was a very great tango, and I think it's because of Peta. Peta is a great dancer. Peta has a lot of experience dancing in a ballroom, and she knows how to make a great song in any genre, in any genre of dance. And I think that the tango was very well done in Peta, but in Vernon, I think that he needs to improve more. He needs to improve more his dance skill, his way of moving, because it's very like firmly strict, and I need to see in Vernon more moving. I know that a tango is not so much movie dance, but they could do it more better. I give him a qualification of a 7 because it was great, but they could do it more greater, and that's why I hope for the next week. I hope for the next week that they improve more, and good job. Well, guys, Right now is the turn of Kaitlyn Bristowe and Artem Chigvintsev. They made a tango. They made a tango with a song that is, I think, We Are Alone Now by Tiffany. It was a very great tango. Like I said before, I love this season in Artem. I see in Artem more motivated, more excited to be in the dance floor, to be competing in the ballroom, and that show a lot. And putting it in, and for Kaitlyn, it's very great that Artem has more motivation, and Kaitlyn, like the motivation that Artem has in like transmit to Kaitlyn, and both of them make a good dances. Each week I see a better dance in both of them. They were doing a very great tango, only that I don't know why they mix the tango with a rap. I don't know why. That's the only thing wrong that I see in the dance. Why they mix in the tango a rap? It was not a mixed dance. It's only they need to do a tango. But I give to them a qualification of a 7 because it was not for me a good tango, but they were doing very great. And they have so much chemistry, and we're done. I hope the next week they do it more better than this one. Well, guys, then we have one of my favorite couples of the season. It's Nellie and Daniela. Yes, I'm going to always say that. Like I say with Skai Jackson and Alan Bersten, they are my favorite couples. Also, Nellie and Daniela are my favorite couples. In this week, they made a samba. It was a very great samba. It was a very great samba with a song of Rhythm of the Night, and it was very great done. That song, Rhythm of the Night, is a classic song of the 80s night, of the 80s era. 80s era. And for doing this song in a samba, it was very great. I love to see that dance of them. They have a lot of chemistry, they have a lot of energy, a lot of motivation. The energy that both of them has demonstrate in the ballroom with how they do a good samba. It was very great done. I love how they look with the dress of the 80s, and I give to them a qualification of a 9 because it was very great done. And I hope for the next week they were doing more greater than this one. And well done, guys. It was very amazing, and yes, well done. Well, guys, then is my third favorite couples of the season. Yes, my third favorite couple of the season is Jeannie and Stewart. They were doing a contemporary. It was very great done contemporary. For this week that they made a 80s night, it was very great contemporary. I think that is the first contemporary that I see in this season. If I don't mistake, I think that is the first contemporary that I see. They don't in this season. I don't see a lot of contemporary. I think that this is the first one, and it was very great done. It was well done. They have a good chemistry. They have a good steps in contemporary. They have a good dance skills. They improve a lot. I love a lot. They do very great. The contemporary is not a easy dance. It's very difficult, and they do it so great. I give to them a qualification of a 9, and I hope for the next week that they improve more and more. Yes. Well, guys. Then we have Neb Schumann and Jenna Johnson. With them, we finish the week 5 of dances, and it was very great. They were doing a quick step, and it was a very great quiz step. It was very amazing. I love the chemistry that both of them has. It's very amazing to see both of them dancing. Like I said before, I love the smiling face of Ned Sherman. Ned Sherman like demonstrate how he enjoys so much to be in the competition. And with Jenna is a great dancer. They were doing a very great quiz step. The costumes that they were using were very great, and it was a very great quiz step where very well done. The step that they made was very great done. They need to improve more. I'm not going to say that they are great, and that was very perfect. No, that's not the truth. They need to improve more, and I wish for the next week that they improve more. I give to them a qualification of an 8 because it was a very great dances, but they could improve more. I hope for the next week they demonstrate that. Well done. Well, guys, I finished with my video reactions about each of the dances in the competition. I hope you love it. I hope you enjoy it. My reaction, my opinion, and I hope you agree with me with all my reactions. For this week was very great. Like I said in the beginning of the video, for me this week was very great. Was very great work done, and I hope for the next week they improve all the dances in each partners. And unfortunately, it's very sad to see Sharna Burgess eliminated, but that is a competition, and week by week one of the partners, one of the couples, they had to be eliminated, and this time was the turn of them. But well, we hope in the next week they improve more the couples that are still in the competition, and we're going to wait for the next week for to see how awesome are the dances and who is the next couple eliminated. I hope you loved this video. I hope you give it some pop. I hope you comment for any suggestions of new videos about new topics that I could make in my blogs, in any of the other things that you want to see of my email channel. Also, I hope you comment if you agree with my reaction. If you are disagree with my reaction, you also could comments below because I always read it, all the commentary that you made for me. And also subscribe to my channel. If you are not subscribed to my channel still, it's time for you guys to subscribe to my channel and touch the bell for more notification. And remember always that you have to do things with a smile in your face, because it's very great to always be happy, to always have a smile in our face, because with a smile in our face we demonstrated to everyone that we could be sad, we could be angry, we could be in bad mood, but if we are with a smile in our face, we make a better world. We make other people's be happy also, because that is important right now in this time that we are passing, that we show to other people how happy we have to be and to be alive. And only that, guys, and I love all of your support, and I wish you love this video, and goodbye, bye bye, see you in the next video.